Hi to society, welcome back to the Antisocial Planet. Today we are checking out some more Tower of God Webtoon, and I am not stressed at all. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not stressed about the ring. I'm not stressed about Karaka. I'm certainly not stressed about the fact that Rock just fell off of a bridge and we don't know what's happening with him. And definitely, most certainly, not stressed about the fact that this is all so we can go to a place called the Floor of Death. I'm fine. This is fine. This is totally fine. I am happy to see our sweet boy, though. Not excited to see you. Yes, save Teddy Bear. Also, I was thinking, because we have Wangnan with his not Pokeballs. Definitely not a Pokemon trainer. I was also thinking, with Karaka, he has the orbs, like the worlds or darkness, worlds of darkness, whatever. Doesn't matter, something edgy. And I'm like, oh, there's similar kind of concept, right? The orbs. I feel a little bit like that aliens meme, my conspiracy board of like, you know, the orbs. I was thinking, because I have been thinking about this a lot. It's been haunting me of other connections, and it's just like a connection between like power sets that I was noticing. It feels like we've been through some stuff though. Oh, there's also you. Just the shouting of give me the password. I don't know what the dynamic is anymore. Oh my gosh, we're starting up a new arc. Why must you stress me out more? Look, I was already stressed, but whenever we start a new arc, I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Oh God. Rachel. I was already thinking, I'm like, oh, we have Cassano. I'm like, probably the other person in the hood is Rachel, despite the fact that I would rather never see her again. Yeah, I'm like assuming that we're like incognito and not being captured again, because I'd be pretty upset if Prince had to be a damsel in distress again. I do like the sparkles. I mean, he's gonna accept, right? He likes people worshiping him. He made a whole, like, what, kingdom for that? Multiple. Like, this is definitely a trap. Definitely. Really playing it up. I like how there's, like, an awareness of this is probably a trap, but also the, like, the god complex, right? That, like, White has, or, like, Hokkien or whatever, is that even if it is a trap, he's probably gonna be like, I'll be fine, though. Like, the only real threat would be Bomb, and Bomb's not here. So he's, even if they are like playing him like this is some kind of trap, I feel like he has enough overconfidence in himself to be like, it'll be fine, I can deal with it, whatever. I guess we are captured at the moment. We're dealing with some stuff, not like captured per se, but like kind of checkmate in dealing with Rachel and co. The stare down, also true. They want Cassano. I don't care about Cassano. From Hoki's perspective, he's like, I don't care about Rachel. I don't care about Cassano. I don't really care if they end up going after you guys. And I could probably handle anything that gets thrown my way, so whatever. Yeah, I'm like, could always just eat them. I'm like, the what? It'll be fine. Good save. Good save on not calling him an idiot. Yeah, for him, I might find my clone, or I can just eat them. Seems fine. Plus, he likes having people who worship him. He's like, why don't we just go off by ourselves and have a conversation that is definitely not plotting about anything that might be going on? It's fine. Honestly, it does not surprise me that Prince and Hoki might be on the same wavelength sometimes. I love Prince, but he does have, if we're talking about delusions of grandeur, he has some experience with that, doesn't he? He's done better. Never trust if it goes smoothly. Yeah, I'm like, he's gonna be like, okay, so we're plotting against Cassano, right? Wow, immediately calling names. You know, again, do I want to be in agreement with Hokkien? No. But anyone who calls Rachel names, I'm like, you know what? Maybe he's not that bad. Yeah, it all depends on one critical part of this plan. No pressure. It's fine. He's got to catch them all. Wait, have y'all not met? I'm just thinking, because he's finally we meet. I'm like, wait a second. Have y'all never met? That's wild. I just assume they had at some point. I hope so, because I love Teddy Bear, but also this has been going smoothly, and that usually doesn't work out well for us. Confident. Waynon is also very confident. Even when he like has some moments of being nervous, right? He's got that confident persona. He's got to lean into it. Yeah, he does just charge in. He's also very good at running away when needed, and I don't know if that's going to happen because he's a critical part of this plan working. Is this a joke? No? Okay. Because we do need to get the devil back. We can't just attack him. We're on a mission. We don't need to kick him. Thank you very much. I already don't like you. I didn't like you from the moment you impaled Teddy Bear, of all people. I don't trust Sophia, but look, sometimes bad people do good things, okay? If I'm gonna agree with Hokkien sometimes I'm gonna agree with Sophia. I'm not gonna be happy about it. It better actually work. I'll be pretty upset if it doesn't. 5 minutes is a long time. We already had the workshop battles where it's like you have this much time before you can summon someone, and I don't know how to tell you this, Wangnan, in case you forgot. You got stabbed through the heart. So like, this stresses me out. I remember. It was traumatic. I don't love that you're just like beating him up. What was the plan? Distraction? We're being surprisingly quiet. Also, have we seen Rachel's face in like the hood or whatever? Because we had the other one. There was the other person that was on their team that was like a hostage. Anyway, a decoy of some kind. I don't trust anything. I see it with my own eyes, and even then, I'll be in denial. Maybe we don't explain our entire plan. I'm just saying. Not a single friend. Teddy bear. Our darling. Someone that apparently you were supposed to be really close with, and how did that work out? You seem like really... I don't know why we're yelling. You seem like a lot right now. I understand we got some trauma, but like, dial it back. Lots of people have good intentions and don't end up doing the right thing. Like, everyone is the good guy in their story, right? Like, we all experience our lives and our actions through our own perspective, and we all understand our reasoning for doing things. I think that Cassano thinks he's doing the right thing. Is it the right thing, though? But I'm also suspicious of Wang Nan. I don't want to be, but I am because the ring and the prince and the Karaka of it all. I don't know. And as previously mentioned, he was stabbed through the heart, and then he just got better. And that's already suspicious to me. I do understand from the perspective of abandoned children, though, of him being like, there's a bunch of children who do not do well in the tower. And that's obviously a bunch of trauma for him because of the experiments that were done on him, because of what the workshop did to him. But also, you abandoned Ilmar, right? Like, you abandoned one of the few people that you were like, yeah, that's like family or whatever. The closest you got to family. And I cannot stress this enough. You stabbed him. So, I don't know. I think maybe you just want to be powerful because for a huge part of your life, you weren't. Sheer luck. Our boy has tenacity. Yo. Immediately reading him and being like, I've never seen a decent person among those who say they're going to save the world. Thank you. Yeah, like, even though while forsaking the people around them. Just like I was saying, you're like all this huge speech, right? But the one person who actually cared about you, who you could have saved, right? Like, the fact that Cassano and Ilmar, right, went through this whole thing together, very similar stories, similar trauma, understood what each other had been through. And the first time that y'all meet each other again after being separated, you stabbed him, then actively plotted against him, then stole his power, and now he's comatose. What are you talking about? Yeah, I think you want the power. I think you want to feel like no one can push you around, right? That you're not an experiment, that you're not doing what other people tell you to. And again, all that, I think that Cassano's coming from this place of he wants to feel like he's in control, and yet he's also letting other people control him. And I think that goes back to like, the trauma that he's gone through, right? Yes, he wants to feel like he's in control because he has spent a lot of his life not being in control, but also he spent a lot of his life not being in control. And then you tell someone who's been through that to just take the reins of their own life, they're going to revert back to what's comfortable. And that's like the same thing we got with the bomb, right? The bomb was like, I don't know how the world works. I've always just followed someone else. And it took him a long time to progress enough that he's like able to think for himself instead of just doing what the people around him are like, you should be doing this because that should be your purpose, right? And even now he's like struggling with it. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. I just know that I want people to have like good enough lives that they can be happy, right? Like I want to protect my friends. Like he doesn't have some kind of grand plan other than figuring out who he is, figuring out these abilities that he's been given by a bunch of people, like trying to stay with the people that he cares about and protecting them, right? Like he doesn't have some kind of grandiose doctrine for what he's doing. So having someone like Cassano be like, all right, you can live your life now. It's like, how do you live your life when you've spent your entire existence being an experiment, right? How do you have autonomy over yourself when no one has ever taught you what you're supposed to do with that? So even though he wants to have control over his life, he's still like reverting back to what he knows, which is letting other people tell him what to do, like Rachel. And she does like people like that. I'm just saying there's a common factor. I think he has a lot of trauma about everybody abandoning him. Unnecessary. I don't like that, like, not, it's just like getting really beat up right now. Ooh, geez. I also don't like that we're just getting screaming and like blood spatter. I don't like that at all. Was it just a distraction though? Are we just buying time because the drug will kick in? Was that all that was? Maybe like telling him like, oh, if you just like this specific thing is the plan as a distraction to be like, hey, he's gonna destroy this like ball that we're using while talking to me, and I just have to keep his attention long enough because we're not fighting back. I think the fact that your arms are literally coated in blood should say a lot about what side you're on. No, I think he's far more aware of who he is than you think. Yeah, I was like, were we just buying time? Yeah, he is not alone. His dad is here. Our Raptor is everybody's dad. He's always in dad mode. And he had to watch you completely stomp on him. Protective dad mode activated. He doesn't have to hold back now. Get him. Yep. Distraction. A decoy. I was gonna say, it was pretty easily destroyed. I know it was like stomped on, but like still. A pocket ball. Not at all associated with any other trademarks. Picking a lot of fights. Let's go for teddy bear. Do we catch him? Little like, ding, Look, I played a lot of Pokemon in my day. Many hundreds of hours of my childhood. Because who needs friends anyway? Yeah, you'd better get him some help. Yeah, he needs to stop getting beat up and on the brink of death. And then coming back, I'm still suspicious of that. He just recovers. He's smiling because he's helping his friend. We can go back. I do miss Goseng. Maybe just because I have team glasses. Yeah, you need some medical attention. ASAP. Yeah, no, you've got some stuff going on that I'm suspicious about and stressed. I think you are a remarkable person. I just don't know why. Fine. I'm fine. All right. I'm just like tense, stressed. That's a lot. You need help. Cassano's gone now. He's great. I have no use for you anymore. He's a little volatile. I just realized like my shoulders were like super tensed up and I just need to relax. Is it locked though? I feel like it's not. It's like he won't be able to betray us. Don't put that out there. Ugh, you. I won't talk about it. Oh, Rachel lied? That never happens. I thought only truths fell from her lips. Yeah, I'm like, Joaquin is just, I also would like to get rid of Cassano. And y'all are useful for that. I don't have to do it myself. Oh yeah, the carrier. I need you to not be awful to Wangnan because I'm stressed about everything that involves him. Especially since he was like, I have to tell you at some point that there's more going on with me. And the name of this whole little arc thing is about him. So I'm just tense. He's got the vitality of a cockroach. Is crazy. I did point it out though. I'm like, he keeps being fine even though crazy things are happening. I don't know. The password? God. Yeah, I was like, at a certain point he's going, oh, cool. Everything's been taken care of. I don't need you anymore. Remember when I was like, I want Prince to not be a damsel in distress for once? Here we are again. Why were we trusting him? At any point has Joaquin shown himself to be trustworthy in any way? Literally, someone just looks at him wrong and he's, I think I'm gonna kill you because I don't like that look in your eye. What are we talking about? I'm gonna test the password works first? Oh, okay. We're just like, I can figure it out. Obviously. It's like acting. Oh, good. He's one of those. We're taking one? I don't like the close-up on his eye. That like happens so much. I'm like, it's freaky. I don't need to be that close up and personal with Joaquin of all people. You, again, are we trusting Rachel? When has that worked out for anyone? Maybe don't throw him. Thank you very much. Oh, so that's why we're taking some of them. I beg your pardon. Also, he's got stuff going on. I feel like it's not going to turn out well if you do actively try to kill him. Yeah, again, why would we trust Rachel? Baum trusted her completely, and look how that turned out for him. I guess they don't entirely know that, because that was before Team Sweet and Sour, but see, always a dad. Oh, I love Arkraptor. I like the repeat of he's actually really important. He is. Oh, that's probably gonna get to Rachel though, to be like, this is a really important person, and she's gonna be like, another one? And none of them are you. Get wrecked, Rachel. It's gonna be one of my new catchphrases. I guess also we had the whole conversation. Wasn't there a whole conversation like way early on between Oryang and Arkraptor where they're like, there's some stuff going on, right? That was like part of like how they became buds, is that they had a whole conversation where there was like, have you noticed that there's some stuff going on? So I feel like if anyone has an idea of who Wangnan might be, it would be like Arkraptor, right? Aw, I like that you're already important. You're already remarkable. Because they're Team Sweet and Sour. You better not kill him. I'm gonna be so sad. You better save him. I know that he's injured, but like, I need him to not die. Like, I desperately need him to not die for personal, emotional reasons. With his own weapon. I'm in denial, I'm in denial, I'm in denial, I'm in denial. I need him to be okay. Look, because Rachel's also tried to kill Dan, and Dan is also still around. So I'm gonna be in denial. Forever. No! Don't bring up the fact that he's like actually a dad. I'm fine. Okay, so we have another person like leaving the families. So we have to get back your wife and your daughter from the families of all things. No. Don't talk about how you're unremarkable. You're important. I'm so much in my emotions, especially with them like all together. Yeah, you're like the leader of Team Sweet and Sour. Yeah. You're important. I need him to not be dead. I'm gonna be so upset. Hold on. I need him to get up. Stop playing with me. And also, what happened with deciding to eat someone? Because where's Prince? Yeah, what are we doing? Oh, of course I'm like scrolling so fast. I'm just like, I need to know what happened. Hold on. I'm gonna go through a whole crisis. Not just because Arkraptor, but also Prince. Especially since like, Misang is like traumatized. You're just gonna cut back to this? Yeah, what's going on? We're not gonna check in? I just feel so many things. Because we're still upset about losing people. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with the fact that we already had some people fall off the bridge. And then you're gonna be like, Arkraptor attacked with his own weapon, and he's not getting up. and we don't wear princes, but I'm not okay. So I took a little bit of time. I'm like, get out of my system, feel better. I'm not okay. I don't feel better. What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, I was already stressed out because Rock falling off the bridge. Everybody's upset. But I was like, I didn't see anything happen to him, so he could be fine. I can live in firm denial about that, and I will forever. Like, they could show me a body, and I'd be like, Rock lives forever. And then going to this, I'm like, Arkraptor is like one of my favorite characters from Team Sweet and Sour. And you already took Teddy Bear from me because of the whole Cassano of it. And I know that they're gonna make him better or whatever. And then Prince, and I was like, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean that Missang just like watched Prince get eaten? God, I hate Rachel so much. Like, even if Arkraptor lives, right? Like, even if I live in denial and like he's fine, I'm still mad. Like, between what happened with Mom, what happened with Dan, and now this. You know what? Hakeem was right. He called her a bitch with his whole chest, and I'm with him. There's so many vulgarities in my head, specifically for Rachel, and I'm gonna grasp on to the anger because I can't just completely fall apart with tears, because I did, and I need to move on. I don't even know how to like wrap up my thoughts other than distraught, sad. I already like the brutal beating that Wangnan took. I was already upset, and now this. I'm gonna need time. And I hope that whatever Wangnan has going on, even though I'm stressed about it, I hope that he hurts Rachel a lot. I hope that somebody just like conveniently kicks her like Sparta style off of a very tall object. I'd find that therapeutic. But I guess I hope you enjoyed reading that along with me. I have no idea. You can click this playlist if you want to see my previous reactions, or you can subscribe so you miss the next time I post a Tower of God reaction. I will see you in the next video. Maybe more emotionally stable. Who knows? Bye.